accomplish more by doing less. This is how you can make your day more productive by just taking a simple lunch break. I'm going to do a quiz. Raise your hand if you took a lunch break at your desk today. If you ate lunch at your desk. Now raise your hand, keep your hands up. Raise your hand if you ate lunch at your desk within the last week. Okay, everyone's got their hand. Now, everyone does this. It's because you think you're gonna progress through your work. You've backed up on work, and you think you're just gonna power through it and get more done. Well, I'm here to tell you that just the opposite is happening. And if you can just work in a lunch break in your day, it will help your work. It will help your mental and physical health. About 10 to 20 years ago, research showed that 2/3 of people actually got away from their desk and took a lunch break. Today, it looks more like this. Research shows today that only 1 in 5 people get away from their desk have taken actual lunch. And white-collar workers like yourselves, this is more the scene. White-collar workers are the least likely employees to actually get away from their desk and take a lunch. There is no federally mandated law in the United States for lunch. There are a few state-mandated laws, not in New Jersey, but in about 22 states. And the most common is you get a half-hour lunch for every 5 hours that you work. And these laws are because it's obvious that breaks are needed, and they provide you with efficiency in completing your work. Something we can relate it to working without a break is the law of diminishing returns. If you know economics, you know the law of diminishing returns. And it basically shows that the longer you work without taking a break, the lower output of work that you're actually producing. If you go the whole day without taking a break, by the end of the day, you're producing next to nothing. If you can incorporate just a few breaks into your day, your output would look more like this. I'm not saying that you need to put 2 breaks in your day. Asking for 1 is a lot already. So even with just 1 break, your output would look much similar to this. And by the end of the day, your output is still right up at the top. This is an example of how we can accomplish more by doing less. The Journal of Occupational Health Psychology did a study on taking breaks, and in all their participants, they measured their saliva for their level of cortisol, which is a stress-inducing hormone. After they took breaks, every participant in the program showed a reduction in cortisol. And the most effective breaks were breaks that were taken in solitude and even incorporating nature. So if you're taking a break and you're involving yourself in office politics or doing work, you're not going to have the same effect as if you could just take a break that's relaxing, get away from the office, and even maybe involve some nature, especially green nature. That's what's going to give you the most stress reduction. I did a study of my own. I sent an email out to many working professionals I know, and I asked them to take a 30-minute break. And if they did, to reply to me and tell me they did, I didn't want to tell them what it was for, and then I would follow up with a survey for them to fill out. This was the average of statistics that my recipients, that the people who responded to my survey had. They worked for an average of 22 years professionally, full-time. They sit at their desk for just under 9 hours a day, and they were taking, on average, less than 1 day a week a lunch break. 4 out of 5 participants said that they felt their work was of much higher quality after taking a lunch. These are a few quotes that I got back as well. A fresh perspective is invaluable. They were coming back from their lunch break and having a whole fresh perspective on the work that they had been doing 4 hours prior. Another, the quality of work after the break seemed higher than usual, and that goes back to the graph I showed when you're tailing off at the end before your break, and when you come back from your break, you're right up at the top, just like you're starting your day all over again. Our campus here lends itself very well to an ideal break that you could take. To increase your physical health, there are walking tracks all around our campus. There's beautiful nature that you can see. If you can get out of the office for 10 to 15 minutes a day and take this walk, There are many paths, so no matter where you start, you can time it to 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Not only will it reduce your stress and increase your physical health just from reducing stress, you can decrease your risk of many cardiovascular diseases by just incorporating just 15 to 20 minutes of walking into your everyday life. So you kill two birds with one stone. So, in conclusion, there's a lot of evidence to support that we can accomplish more by doing less. I'm not saying that if you're all backed up on your work that you should go take a break. I'm saying that if you don't want to back up on work in the first place, then you should be taking a lunch. No questions?